That's probably good for you, though. I mean, honestly,
it's probably blessing in disguise.
It's more cocktail era this age. We got a show to do, guys. Let's do it.
What
is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
You guys know what? I think tonight is the biggest game of the year. What?
You could just replay your opening line from every pregame show for the last 2 weeks.
Is it the biggest game of the year?
Are you
3 weeks?
Do you think he's lying?
Is it?
Harrison, is it not true?
Is it not the biggest
You're
game of the year?
100% correct.
That's all he's saying.
You're
That's
so
all
correct.
I'm saying, man. We are in the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Firm Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. I got Harrison Wynn in the building.
Friday night at the DNVR bar, game 3, man. Beautiful day in Denver, Colorado. Vibes are right. I feel it.
Dude, I had a little
tonight.
walk, got a little sun today. It was like I was like sun tanning on my walk.
It's a gorgeous day, man.
Yeah, it's so
We're so
great,
lucky to
man.
live
I heard
here.
the Western Meadowlarks, so great. Superstar Dev.
I am so ready for this game. I was ready for this game heading into the game. Then I started scrolling down Twitter.
Hey,
and I said, you know what? I am
Hey.
so damn ready.
Is that
So damn ready. Why so serious, man?
Is it? I put on a fit tonight. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling myself. I'm going to put it
Right.
on. But I know somebody else who is feeling themselves based on their fit.
Yeah, should we just go to it? Our top game note story.
That's our top story here.
Nikola Jokić, his suit tonight.
Oh my goodness.
He's the Joker.
Oh my
The
goodness.
purple coat, the purple pants, the green vest.
The psychopathic stare.
The only thing he didn't have was the face paint.
Yeah.
Imagine if he did that.
Somehow more intimidating to the guy on the left. You know, it's more intimidating.
Yeah. So this is kind of a wild look. What do we think?
Dude, he's a villain? He's a villain? Oh man. You have to show up when you show up in something
He's
like
got to
this.
play well, yeah.
After that performance, you have to go in and just go bonkers. Also, I hope in the post game, if they were to win this game, he just makes comments or quotes or something
Just
like that.
only
You got to go
Joker
all
quotes.
in. Like, you can't just wear that and then be that. But also, really, think about the questions he's going to get after the game. You can't put on an outfit like that and lose the game. You got to go all out.
I know.
You lose
man.
the game, you come out in sweats.
You have to.
Oh,
Yeah,
you cannot wear that to the podium.
You
after
can't
the
wear
game
it if you lose the game. But honestly, I mean, you guys are right. This is a high-pressure outfit to get off. In
Maybe
a
he's
1-1
just trying
series.
to apply a little pressure to himself.
Maybe he is, man. But this is like, to me, it's weird because I see it. And, you know, I'm the least of the panel into everybody's fits. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't get into this thing. But this isn't a fit. This is a costume. He put
Right.
a costume on
Well,
today.
this is very reminiscent of Game 1 against the Lakers last year,
Grew.
when he walked into the arena dressed as Gru.
Crazy move then, but they
That
get
was
the win.
another costume, and it led to a great Jokic game and a Nuggets win.
I saw you put the stats out there, and as much as it was a good game, it was also just his regular game.
It was his averages.
You were like, he had 33, 12, and 9. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Was that a good one? I don't know. But look, they come off a 40-something point. I don't even remember the actual. It's 46, whatever it is they lost by.
I tried to forget.
And to throw that out there, I agree. I think this is got to be Jokic showing a little confidence, a little like, you know what? I know how I have to show up tonight. I have to be, as Dev says, the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the team has to follow him in this. Like, you see your guy look like that, and you're really making a statement when you put that on, because we all know what Joker was. Like, he rallied men. He rallied people behind him for a cause. You know what I mean? That's really what Joker was.
Okay.
But if you see your guy put on an outfit like that, like, everybody else is feeling good. I don't know if you've seen everybody else had cool outfits on, too. It wasn't to this extent, but it's like, hey, we're loose. We're back home. We're going to be ready. He is back home and put that on. To drive to the arena in that outfit.
You
and
think he
then
just
walk
went
down?
into his closet and was like, "Oh, I forgot that's in there.
Man,
I'm gonna wear that
He's
today."
just like us, man. You're
I
so
forgot I
right.
had that.
that's really a statement that you really have to say. Like, we're ready for this. We're ready.
I like it, man. I will say the villain thing kind of fits because I was thinking about this the other day when that commercial came on for the 1000th time. And it really makes you think the league is really pushing Oklahoma City. you know what? The league and the media partners, they're everywhere. And I kind of am like, oh my God, man, we don't have to do this. The NBA is always trying to tell us, not let it reveal itself. They're always trying to tell us who's next.
Yeah.
And they're like really seem to be pushing OKC as the next. Everybody fall in love with Chet and J-Dub and Shea. Oh, the Aura squad. Like, let's try to sell it. And part of me goes like, you know what, Joker? There he is. Joker outfit. Ruin it, man.
Let's remind him tonight.
Remind him. No, we need it. I need it.
David Adelman had a couple interesting things to say pregame. He said, look, from what I saw in our film sessions yesterday, today, there was a hyper focus to what we need to do tonight. So he thinks his guys are locked in. He thinks his guys are ready to go. Definitely more ready to go than they were, heading into game 2. He said, look, it's a new game. It's a chance to bring new energy. I mean, he's really like approaching this playoffs and this series as, and it's the right approach. Every game is its new story. Every game is a new day. We've forgotten about game 2.
Yeah.
We're on to game 3. It's a new day. It's a new energy. Adelman's so funny also, man. He's like, he kind of never lies like Nikola Jokić. He just says everything for what it is. And he had this line in his pregame that was like, we're back home Friday night. Should be fun. Like, he's right. Like, but a lot of coaches won't say that,
Yeah.
Friday night, crowd's probably going to be a little, little liquored up, packed house.
Yeah, late game, late start.
It's going to be hype.
The Nuggets crowd got to bring it tonight. I mean, I expect they will. They were great in the first round.
Yeah. Adelman also was asked about, why doesn't home court have the same advantage in the playoffs that it might have in years past? He pointed to 2 reasons. The 3-point line, that's one. It's just if a team is hot, they can stay in a game if they're the road team. And he also said, and I thought this was interesting, he thinks that players now might be less likely to feel the anxiety on the road that players of like past generations did.
Why?
I don't know. He said it's not as loud in arenas as it used to be.
Could be true.
And he just thinks with how, I'm kind of speaking for him a little bit, but I think this is what he was saying, just how kind of public a lot of players are growing up in the spotlight. They don't get fazed as much by, a road crowd.
Yeah, I mean, you get big games when you're in high school now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it is not the same, and you're also playing against a lot of these players. Like if you look at 2 NBA players,
that's a good point.
You could always
play against
to,
these guys.
Yeah,
forever.
you could go to like we were in the circuit in 2012. Like it's just always like something very long ago that they've already seen a big sold out crowd before. So it is not the same allure that it was. But also there are places that do have crowds that you do remember or just stand out and are louder. The Thunder is a loud crowd. Like they're really into it. Denver seems to be a loud crowd because now other players are bringing it up. So there are some crowds that are bigger than others.
Yeah. Also, same starters for the Nuggets tonight. I heard a lot of talk on, the timeline on the pods.
The pods, huh?
The pods were talking.
Oh, man, I'll bet the pods loved the last game.
The pods had a lot to talk about last game.
That's the game that's the real series
the pods
right there.
fired it up right after game 2 went final.
They proved the series is over.
Yeah,
I mean,
the pods are in a good flow right now, but there was some talk, does Russell Westbrook get into the starting lineup maybe in this game? Same starters, though. Same starters.
And I got to say, man, I was thinking about this. Who are the best players in the series? Jokić, number 1. I think AG, number 2. Russ might be, through 2 games, the 3rd best player. I think he probably is. I don't even say might. There's no hedging. And I almost think that I expect those 3 to be the best in this series throughout. I hope Jamal gets it going. I mean, the Nuggets' chances go up quite a bit if he gets going. But Russ has the athleticism, the intensity, the ability to get downhill against a very tough defense that Denver needs. And to me, I understand why people would say you should start him over Mike because he is, I think, not only been but probably will be better than Mike in the series. The thing is, he's just going to play more than him. I don't know that you need to start him. He's going to play more.
Yeah. Well, his defense too.
And his defense,
Westbrook's defense has been phenomenal in this series. He's been probably Denver's best defender.
It's 2 series in a row, honestly. He's been good in this playoffs.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great in these playoffs. He's been everything you could have asked for and more. I think the question of starting him probably comes down to, do you get even less from Mike if you bring him off the bench? Maybe.
Yeah.
You might even see his production dip even further.
I think the injury, I don't know that it would hurt his confidence like it would if he was fully healthy. Because he's even talked about this in some of his post game about
Yeah. I think, I'm not saying go out and start him, but it would not surprise me or would not be a shocker.
I think it's a game 4 adjustment if they lose
start
tonight.
Russell Westbrook, because the Nuggets have been starting so slow. You need a spark from your bench. You need a guy that can bring you up. But what about if you don't go on a hole early on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you don't need that spark, where from the opening tip you play with the intensity, the energy that he's going to bring that every single time. We've seen that when he started. I just think that they want to bring life and then continuity, and that's why you don't start him. But it would not shock anyone for them to start. And I think that if they were to have another bad game, you would have to. That would have to be the adjustment, like you were saying. But I mean, that's how good he's been in this series. That you're not starting him like it's not just out of necessity. Like you would start him because he's playing well and he's bringing the fire that the other players need.
But I am with you that I do think it would be like, I hope it doesn't come to that. I still think he'll play starter minutes and probably close. But I just hope it doesn't come to Denver having to blink in that way, because I think there's something psychological about it.
Absolutely.
I hope Denver can figure out how to weather these first 6 minutes better than they did in the last game.
Yeah. Look, Russ probably will play 30-plus minutes, 35-plus minutes if he's playing well. Like, he'll close if he's playing well. I don't think they should be at that point, though, to what you said, to changing the starting lineup. A starting lineup that's been great for them most of the season, and that's been pretty solid in these playoffs so far. It's an adjustment, I feel like, if you lose this game and you enter a must-win situation in Game 4.
There's 4 adjustments I kind of want to get to now as we start to preview this game here. And I'm going to start with some simple ones. First of all, Denver ran a lot of zone. One reason I think Denver threw in the towel without throwing in the towel is they stuck to a zone that was getting scored on every time, and they just kept running it without adjustment. And I expect Denver to continue to play zone, but the Thunder have clearly prepared for exactly how they want to do it. And I'll tell you, they want to overload Jokic's side, because Jokic either, it's like a 1-2-2 zone Denver's been playing. Jokic either has to step out to the corner, and now he's not in there to guard or grab rebounds. You stretch the zone, you can get offensive boards, or he stays flat like he did most of the time there, and they just get open corner threes. And I don't think Denver wants to give them as such easy looks. I think Denver looked at the last game, probably the zone allowed them to rest a little. We're not winning this one, so let's not wear our guys out. Yeah. But that's the first one. Is I'm just curious if Denver runs zone, and if they do, I don't expect it to be that 1-2-2 that they ran last time.
Yeah, you just can't do it because it also plays in the Thunder's favor. He has to get out to the corner 3. It gets him away from the basket, so he's not going to get the rebound. He's not going to be able to start the break, and also he's a lot slower. So getting out there means that they get to adjust or like rotate quicker or get a shot up, and now they're in a bad spot. So I think that they should not run that because it has not proven effective, not at all. I feel like they're trying to conserve some energy from him. He's working harder.
Yeah. They might change up and do a different zone, because I do think Denver will struggle defensively, especially from an energy standpoint. They're not very deep, so they're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
Another one, though, Wind, and this is a big one, they brought Caruso in much later in the last game, and I think it was deliberate, because Denver is making the choice to say, just force the ball to Caruso, and we'll let you score. And if Jokić's on the court, every miss, fast break, Denver's scoring, I think they look at it and go, let's wait till Jokić's off the court or close. So if you want to leave him open, that's fine, because your bench without Jokić isn't going to go on a 12-0 run. So we'll risk that.
Caruso is such a luxury for them.
It really is.
It's like they don't need Caruso, it feels like. They have enough defenders.
Yeah.
He's just like, we can play him, in the first 6 minutes of a game. Let's just leave him off until the end of the first quarter and kind of see what happens. It's such a luxury for them.
He's like the wine bottle opener on the Swiss Army knife. You don't really need it, but hey,
it's
nice
just
to
good.
have.
It's just good to
it's
have.
Good to have.
But when you have it, you feel like nobody can stop it.
You're like, exactly.
You're the man. But man, Caruso is so good. I mean, it's a good strategy by them to wait until Jokić is in the last couple minutes of his stint or going off, because he's a game wrecker. And then when you play him against the Nuggets bench, there's so few options out there that can hurt you.
Yeah.
If you're OKC, you can just have him fly around. He can be like that free safety type guy who guards everybody. So it's definitely a thing to watch. I'm curious how OKC uses him tonight.
And when Jokić's not on the court, you're less worried about those kickouts and everybody scoring, like you're already shorthanded. Another thing they did was they really focused. You could tell it was a point of emphasis to get the ball to the foul line for Hartenstein and for Chet. Like, they worked their offense to get the ball there, and it does a couple things. One, it puts Jokić in a vulnerability to foul because now he has to guard, with somebody attacking him, and he's got to be very careful not to pick up fouls there. But also, I just think it's like, hey, Jokić can do a lot of things, but if you're constantly putting the ball there with all these cutters and all this athleticism, he's constantly doing something. You pick and roll is one way, but also giving the ball to the center of the court where he has to step up is another.
Yeah, he's also just like a good, he's not a good lateral defender. Like, they put him at a spot that they're going straight up. He has to defend up.
The shot, the
he
Hartenstein.
could get it early and he could poke and things like that. But if you put him at that spot where everybody, if you think about the success that players have had against him, it's always the push shot because it's quick and it's just up, and he's not as athletic and nimble to get to that spot. So I think that does it, but also it puts him in a spot where they can make an extra pass, or they can have somebody at the dunker spot, and then they're also going up. So it plays right into Denver's defense and how they rotate. You put him at the high post that he's always struggled at, and they go at him. So I think he tries to attack it early before they get to that spot.
And the last one, Harrison, is just leaving CB open early on. He took three threes right away. I think that's going to happen tonight. You're at home. This whole game is, I think Denver is not going to be able to throw a knockout punch. I'd be surprised. But OKC can. You can't have empty possessions. I think Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon are going to get a lot of open shots in the first quarter. And they just need, if they make them, Denver gets the advantage. If he misses them, it could snowball.
Yeah. He absolutely will. CB will get a lot of those open shots. That was a clear adjustment from last game. And he's got to hit them, man. He's got to step in and shoot them. And I feel like when CB's shot kind of starts to fade and he starts to lose a little confidence, it's when he hesitates.
Yeah.
Like when he's taking that and shooting it in rhythm, not thinking about it, his shot looks and just seems so much better. And it seems like he's got more confidence in himself when he's just taking it right away. When he starts to hesitate, and we've seen that at times in these playoffs, both this series and last series, that's when his shot gets way more inconsistent. AG, I feel great about an AG 3 right now. An AG catch and shoot open 3, awesome.
Yeah.
Please give us that. I love that shot right now.
Let's go to this next part here, which is tonight is the most important game of the year.
It is.
In large part, though, because as I look at the calendar, this might be the most winnable game on the schedule in this series. You got a day of rest. You're coming home to your home crowd on a Friday night, and it's regular spacing. Then game 4, 36 hours rest, 1:30. That's going to be really tough on Denver.
Mother's Day.
Come
on,
Then you go on the road just 2 nights later. That's going to be tough because it's a road game.
Yeah.
Then you come home for game 6. Same thing. That'll be like the 14th game Denver's played in a row, in that same rhythm. Game 7 is a game 7. So you look at this and I go, I think tonight is far and away the most winnable remaining game on the schedule.
Yeah, and it's good to be at 1-1 instead of backs against the wall.
Right.
You're trying to avoid 3-0. So there's no pressure on you. You're at home. You've figured that you know how to stop this team when you're in it and not getting blitzed early on. The pressure's not on you anymore. If you win this game, you have home court advantage throughout the playoffs for the most part. So that's something to hang your hat on and say hey, we just have to show up. Because if you go down 2-1, now you're okay, we lost at home. The series is down. Everyone's against you. You don't want to have that weakness. So I really do think that this is the game. While it's the most winnable game, this is the game that can propel you in the series. Because I feel like you're in control if you win this game, where you put some pressure on them, immense pressure. I
agree.
So you just really have to come out and take care of business.
I like what you said, though, because I think last game alleviated most, if not all, of the pressure for the Thunder. You lose game 1, there's a lot of pressure. You win in blowout fashion, it's all right, 1-1.
Yeah, we're
But
back.
You win tonight, and it's well, I don't know. I thought we figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The schedule is so weird, man. Last year there was more than one day off in between. Definitely games 2 and 3.
Well, everybody, I think it's because they tried to work around the Warriors. I really think that's what it comes down, because I know this because, now having a buddy who works at ESPN that I do a show with, they always talk about, this
Jim
is
Fegler.
this is what's going to happen is, if they win, then we're going to get this, this, and this. And I'm like, that's the linchpin is when can we get the Warriors in the best
and
spot?
then let's just shove this Nuggets Thunder series
At
into
the
this
very end. Yeah,
really tight window.
100%.
I was thinking it was maybe because of the in-season or the in-season tournament. But
I mean, they had that last year.
You're probably right, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's the playoffs. You kind of just got to hone in and lock in and not let fatigue affect you. But yeah, this is very close to a must-win for the Nuggets because that Game 4 is going to be so tough on the quick turnaround. Also because the Nuggets have, if you're including Peyton Watson, 6 3/4 real guys.
Yeah.
That's how many guys they have, 6 3/4. They don't even have 7 real guys. So it's all hands on deck. Like, you just got to get this game, and it's going to take a hell of an effort. It really will.
What do you guys think about this rhythm here? I think tonight is the most winnable game. I think Game 6 is probably the next most winnable game. I think Game 7 might be the third most winnable game. If you get to Game 7,
both teams are tired by then.
3 days rest.
Yeah.
Both teams are tired. All cards are on the table, which I always like Yoke in those moments.
Yeah.
And I just think the pressure's on the young team that's never done it before.
Absolutely. I mean, the Nuggets coming off a pretty convincing win in Game 7 too.
Yeah. And Games 5 and 4 are probably the hardest. Just one's on the road, one's on short rest.
And we always said in this series, if the Nuggets can just extend this series to 6 or 7, that's really how they have a shot to win.
Yeah.
Get into that part of the series where your experience, where just your veteran championship pedigree can come into play when everybody's tired, when there's no more adjustments left to be made. That's when the Nuggets can and I think might win this series. But can they get it there? That's the big question.
Yeah, you want to push a young team like that to the brink, to where they have to fight, where the adjustments and the overthinking happens, and you're like questioning, like, do we actually know this team? Do we have them figured out? Because right now, the Thunder, they feel like they know exactly what to do against Denver. They are feeling really good heading into this game. They just blew them the hell out. I know if we were on the other side and we blew a team out by 50, we would be like, hey, we know exactly what to do. Now we're going to go in their home and beat up on them. So, like, the Thunder are feeling that. If you put pressure back on them, if you have them, pushing and you're extending the series with wins, now the noise gets louder. Now the pressure gets, bigger. Each shot matters a bit more. So apply pressure tonight. I'm very excited for this.
I am very excited as well, man. Very, very curious. I'm the right mixture of excited, nervous, and everything else. Not more one feeling than the other, but all of them combined, and that's why it's exciting. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365. Deposit $10. Place a bet of $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older. Located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev, let's make some money, bro.
We
It
need to
is
bounce back.
time to make some money. And this is such a bounce back spot. The Nuggets come into this game as 6-point underdogs. And the good thing about last game is it's the last game. It does not matter. It's time to flush it. Time to get right. I won't lie. I am very shocked that this line is only 6 with what I just seen from this team. But Vegas knows something that we all know. Like, this team is a lot better than what they just showed. I'm going to take Nuggets plus 6.
Yeah.
I like for them to respond. I just seen an outfit that gives me extreme confidence in this team. So I like the plus 6 in this one. I also like the over 233. How could you not like the over? We just saw we just saw the Thunder put up one of the best offensive performances that we've ever seen in that first half last game. They had 90 real points in a half.
87. Come on.
My bad.
Dev.
I'm rounding it off.
Yeah, I know.
They only had 87 points in a half. I mean,
They only did.
that's the over. It's the over. They got blitzed last time, but they were able to get this easily. I think they do it again. On the Thunder side of things, I'm going to go with Hartenstein over 10.5 points. He has to get this early, but that push shot, it seems to be dominating. He's just throwing it up there.
That freaking shot.
That's all I could think about. He's giving me a long-lasting impression
I thought
of
about
just
it last
him
night
just
too.
making it, and it looks so crazy.
I
That is
know.
not a shot that you should feel confident in. And I feel confident when he makes it. I'm going to go over there.
Are you talking about Hartenstein?
Yes.
The leg says it looks like he's releasing a dove. It
Yeah,
looks like
yeah.
you have a dove and you're like, go.
Just go away.
Go.
Oh,
Just
legs.
go. I also like Chet over 8.5 rebounds. Last game, he gobbled up everything and left it all out there. He's been a beast on the boards, and he wanted to respond in that last game.
Yeah, he's not getting the calls in Denver he got last game.
He was grabbing everything. He's not getting that. He's not getting that. And that's why we're not going to go points. We're going to go rebounds. On the Nuggets side of things and where people typically wake up, for the three-pointers bet, we're going to start with Christian Brown. Christian Brown
I love
over
this bet.
1.5 three-pointers at plus money. They are daring him to shoot. They are leaving him open. They are saying, we don't think you can make a basket, so prove us wrong.
This might be my lock.
He's going to get some opportunities to shoot the three ball today, and he just has to shoot it.
I think he takes 6 threes tonight.
He has to. He truly does have to. Sticking with Christian Brown, this has to be a game that he responds in. Everyone struggled, but they kind of adapted to him specifically. They defended him in a way that I think that it just put them on the wrong side of the 8 ball. He has to be better offensively. I got him over 12.5 points for my first leg in this one. Get to that dunker spot if you're not knocking down your three-pointers early, but you really have to be about that. You have to knock down some shots, and I think he's going to knock down some shots in this one. So let's get to over 12.5 points.
I'm in.
I like Jamal to be able to handle pressure, but make it a point to get others involved because they are trying to get the ball
Jamal
out of
needs
his
a
hands.
big game tonight.
Do think he needs a big game, but I think that they have shaded him in such a way that it's going to have to be the assist.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll try to rattle him. I'm sure they'll try to slow him down and try to get him out of a rhythm. So I like the assist. Speaking of a guy who's incapable of being rattled, let's go with Russell Westbrook.
Yes, sir.
He has been providing a spark, and if MPJ struggles early in this one, I believe they'll have a short leash for Michael Porter Jr. in this one.
I think even if he's not, same
they're going to
thing.
give Michael Porter Jr. they're going to give Westbrook that time. I think Westbrook plays so the home crowd should try to provide that spark that the team needs. He's been scoring that thing, and he's been shooting that thing, and I think that continues. So for my second leg, we're going Russell Westbrook over points. Knowing Mr. Nugget, I'm sure he took that last one hard and probably put the blame on himself because he knows that team follows suit. He's going to have to leave it all out there, and I'm sure that he's going to be able to provide a little bit of everything. His line is too low at 25.5, so let's take advantage of that.
I know we talked about Joker's pregame fit. Did you see Russ's?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Classic Russ.
Yep. Mr. Nugget, we're going to go over 25.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Our defensive bet is Christian Brown over 1.5 stocks, and for the lock.
Where do you even get that kind of shirt?
For the
Like, where
lock.
do you buy that?
You've seen the outfit. You've seen the villain. You've seen Joker. You could do over on everything. He's going to have get the over on points, get the over on rebounds, get the over on assists.
Let's go,
I don't even know if
Dev.
he's going to pass the ball tonight. So don't get the over on assists, but everything else. I like Jokić over 42.5 points plus rebounds. I think that they're going to unleash the beast. I think that he's going to go crazy, especially in the first half. You could get Jokić over first quarter points. Like, I really do think that he makes it a point to just attack, just stay in the attack mode all night. He knows that they need more from him offensively. Jokić, unleash that beast, baby.
I like it. I would count on a Jokić game tonight, too. If
Gotta
not
be.
him, who? What about this one? What about 3 threes? I think
Yoke?
I think he might take a bunch of threes tonight. You got to draw them out. They're packing the paint.
Yeah, it's a great way to be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, it's a great way. I think it might happen.
Yeah, let's go over.
What do we got? A super chat scale? What? What's wrong with you people?
Bro, get the vibes up, chat.
Is
Come
this
on.
the first time ever?
If I see these vibes in the watch along, I'm not going to be happy.
Gonna be like,
Get
all right,
the
okay,
vibes
kick everybody
up, man.
out.
Come on.
All right, guys, we are heading over to the watch along. We're going to be watching along right there with you. You wouldn't want to watch this alone. Watch it with us. Hit that like button on the way out.
We all silly like the mayor.